Hello, this is Genevieve Fontana coming to you from Canisius University in Buffalo, New York, and you are listening to the Did You Know podcast. You might not know it, but we have eco-heroines around our campus working to make it sustainable for future generations. For each show, I will spotlight earth-friendly initiatives and sit down with the change makers of our institution. Today we are spotlighting Alexa Gioia, junior biology major and environmental sustainability minor. Alexa is a very active member of the Canisius community as the president of the Audubon Club and member of Laudato Si. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
Of course. Thank you.
So please introduce yourself and explain a little bit about what you do at Canisius.
So, as you've already said, I am a Laudato Si member. I do a lot of different things. Like next year I'll be the Golden Griffin Audubon president, so I'll be doing work there. Yay! I kind of dabble in a lot of different things, like in Little Theater I do some plays. I am a performer. I do sing at some of the hockey games around campus.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
It's pretty fun. I'm kind of like an all-around type person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very well-rounded.
Yeah, thank you. I also work at Wild Birds Unlimited, so we sell birdseed and a lot of like bird feeders and teach people about wildlife and stuff like that.
That's great, yeah.
I'm also on the research team with Dr. Morris, and we research flight calling, behavior in birds, and that's really fun.
Yeah. And
do a lot of volunteer work at some like wildlife rehabs in the area and First Fruits Pantry down the street.
Cool.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, you keep your schedule busy, it sounds like.
Yep, very busy person.
So what does your role entail as the president of the Audubon Club at Canisius University?
So what we're trying to do, it's kind of a new club, so we've kind of started with bird walks at Forest Lawn, kind of opening the door for, we're trying to get an animal ambassador on campus, trying to see that. And also we've been noticing a lot of, with window collisions.
Right.
There's a lot of, the birds keep hitting the windows and stuff like that. So trying to see if there's some initiatives for that, to see what we can do about it, because maybe take surveys of birds on campus, and we'll do a lot of fun things like arts and crafts, stuff like that. But yeah, we all like birding in the club. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
So just basically developing the club since it's new and getting people engaged with wildlife.
Yeah, I love that. And then, so I know you talked about the windows on campus and a lot of the collisions and stuff like that, especially with Science Hall. It's all windows, so yes. I know that's one target area that not only you talked about, but Yvonne Widener talked about as well. So hopefully something already can go on to the windows to prevent those collisions, and things like that.
Yeah, that's a big concern, especially during migration. If even like during the springtime, like maybe like around that time, put up a notice, like it's only like a 2-week window when they're migrating, to like turn off the lights too, because they can hit the windows because the lights when they're trying to fly. So that would be pretty beneficial.
Right, definitely, because it's such a short window. So if that could, it seems like a critical time.
Definitely.
So why do birds matter?
To me, or like just in general?
Just both. Yeah,
both. Well, to me, they make me really happy. Yeah, as a person. Yeah. I think for me, it's just like the idea of like the little things that people don't see, like when you're kind of like maybe like driving past like a forest or something, or you're like just walking by and like you hear them, like they're around, but like you don't really like, I know some people like maybe like they might not even know like that there's like thousands of species around, and it's just kind of cool to see like
And there's so many species and so many beautiful things that people just don't realize.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for me, and they're such an important part of the ecosystem. And actually, through like my love of birds, I've actually kind of grown to appreciate all of nature. Like it's so amazing to just see, like, even like the smallest insects. Like, people kind of like think they're like gross or like weird,
taken for granted.
But like in reality, it's like these things are so cool. Like, just amazing.
So a spark bird is a term used by the birding community for a bird that hooks someone into their passion for birding. What is your spark bird story?
All right, I do know this question because I do know about the Spark Bird Project and all of that, and I've been thinking, and I think it was like maybe in middle school was when I first started like birding and actually started appreciating birds. So my mother kind of just put out this feeder outside in the backyard, and we just kind of saw what came, and it was really cool to see like the black-capped chickadee just kind of they're like really small.
They're really cute.
They are cute. And I just saw it like swoop down and take a seed and just like fly away. It was just like, amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's kind of like my spark bird story, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could go and like find all these birds that are like crazy colors and like super rare and like just awesome.
I think that's my spark bird as well, because my mom we used to make snowmen when I was little in the front yard, and then we would fill like the cap of his hat with black oil sunflower seeds, and there would be chickadees there, and like they would fly in his hat and stuff. So that's like another bird that's very, near and dear to my heart.
Awesome.
And then, is that your favorite bird, or what's your favorite bird?
I have a lot of favorite birds.
You don't have to say one. You could say a lot.
I could say, probably black-capped chickadee for that reason, but also the gray catbird. So the
catbirds.
Yes.
They sound so funny.
They sound like a cat, like meowing. But I like them because they make that sound, and like you wouldn't like expect this, like it's gray, but like it's just so beautiful that something can just like make that sound and like just act like and behave the way it does. But like it's just amazing. Or maybe like I was just out at Appledore Island in Maine. That's where we do our research, and I was there this summer, and saw a lot of like glossy ibises.
I've never seen that before.
They're kind of big, I guess, maybe like heron sized, and they have this like weird like purplish coloring, and I just saw them flying around with their beaks are like really shaped like this, like downward. I don't know, but it was just amazing. Like how could that like
the variety of different birds.
Like, how could that exist? And it does.
Well, that's awesome. I'll have to look that up, because I've never seen one of those before, and I've never heard of that before either.
They're pretty cool. They're not around here though.
Right.
Yeah.
In Maine, you said.
In Maine, yeah. I don't really know the ranges. I don't want people to get mad at me for...
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, if you don't know, it's okay.
The wrong bird facts.
Yeah. We won't quote you on it. It's okay. What other birds did you see while you were in Maine?
Let's see. American oyster catchers. They're really cool. They're smaller than the glossy ibises, and they have this weird like bright orange beak, and they look so silly. They have this orange eye ring, and they're just weird. I saw some of those. Ton of warblers, because that's what we worked on. Oh my gosh, like so many gulls. As like.
Do you find them annoying, or do you like them?
I mean, living with them, it was a bit to get used to. But I kind of grow a tolerance.
Right. Yeah. I think last summer I had an internship at the SPCA in their wildlife department, and gulls are very easily imprinted on people. Mm-hmm. So we had one that was like imprinted on humans, and he would just walk around the office and everything, like a dog, you know. Kind of annoying, but he was cute, and he wouldn't stop screaming. Like,
yeah, they were pretty loud.
Yeah.
Over the summer, I volunteer at Messenger Woods. It's it's local around here. And even the crows would imprint.
They're very easily imprinted too. Yeah. They're very smart.
They are. Mm-hmm. It's so cool.
We give them like cat toys to play with. And, a lot of enrichment like that, but like even like the branches, we'd put like berries on them so they can get the berries off and stuff like that. But I didn't imagine I would like crows as much as I did while I was there.
Yeah, you get an appreciation once you see them at work.
Yeah. So what are some ways you make earth-friendly choices in your life?
For me, I ever since I've taken courses here, with Dr. Robinson, I've had some with Dr. Shaber, especially with my minor, I've kind of been so conscious about it. It's I just think about it all the time. I'm not really I don't really shop around that much. I don't go shopping because I'm not really that type of person, but I know that it's gonna have an impact if you keep buying things that you just want but you don't need. And I kind of go to thrift stores or
I was gonna ask if you're a thrifter. I love thrifting.
It's fun. Yeah. Can find really cool things. Make you look different sometimes, stand out.
Yeah, not just the typical trends and stuff like that. And thrifting is trendy now, so
yeah, that works.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I don't really like anything with plastic because I know where it's gonna go. Or if someone wants to throw something out, I'm just wait, can we do something with this? Reuse it or give to someone who needs it. And I think, maybe. Well, I'm a pretty artsy person, so if I have something, maybe something extra, maybe something that I would have thrown out, maybe I make it into an art project.
Yeah, repurpose
and I would do that.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
There's so many cool projects like that, and then I feel people really see their impact. I know Yvonne was talking about a project she did with a bunch of plastic caps and creating art with them, and you saw how many bottles you used in a period of time, and it's really eye-opening.
It is. Yeah. I think the one thing with sustainability that I'm kind of trying to wrap my head around is I'm trying to look up things online what to do with my stuff instead of recycling.
Sure. Yeah.
Because recycling it's better to reuse it instead of recycle it. That's
and there's so much plastic that's not recycled.
Yeah. So. It's thrown out. So it's I'm looking at stuff online. It's you can make it into a planter, but how many planters?
How many planters do I need?
Yeah, how many planters do I need? It's so I'm just trying to get creative that way. See what I can do with it. Yeah,
that might be good to find some resources like that. I'm sure that'd be helpful for everyone.
Yeah,
different places to put things and what can be recycled here and what cannot be recycled and stuff like that.
Definitely. Cool.
And then we all know that becoming a sustainable individual is a process, like we talked about. And what are some things you hope to implement in your life?
For me, I mean, it's kind of hard to, I don't know how to explain it.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's you want to do more, but then it's things get in the way where you can only do so much.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree, because I think that a lot of pressure is on the consumer, and really when it should be on corporations really to make the decisions, because it's hard to be sustainable. It's expensive. It's hard to make the earth-friendly choices.
Yes.
And I wish it was more attainable. And like you said, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, for me, I would rather do the right thing, be more sustainable than I don't know, go and buy something that can't be recycled or something like that. Because I just feel bad knowing that it's gonna
end up somewhere.
Yeah.
And for a long time, longer than we're here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I see it all the time, like, people just, like, throw out their coffee cups and, like, well, the problem is that, like, they're, like, some of them are made of, like, plastic and stuff, so, like, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, in a career, like, what could I do to try and fix this? Like, could I help with maybe, like, being a part of a project that will help, like, create more recyclable materials, more natural. I don't know how that would be done, but just kind of, I'm always, like, thinking of ways, like, how could I do this? How could I help and, like, try to be better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really great. And, like, I think that even, like, in the dining hall, they're using, like, that corn plastic, which is, like, definitely a better idea than, like, real plastic and things. Like, creating those kind of materials, I think that's our future. And I think that could be really beneficial.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I don't need all these planters. What am I gonna do? like that could be really beneficial too. Like, what am I gonna, like, what do you do with this? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything else with it. Like, so yeah.
And it's like, kind of with our society, we always need to be efficient. We always need to produce things. It's this constant, what I learned from Dr. Robinson, treadmill of production just keeps going.
Yeah.
And I know, like, I can't stop that what do I call it? This animal?
Yeah,
this,
sure,
like,
yeah.
That just keeps trying to produce things, and just won't stop. Like, to me, honestly, I don't think, like, we don't need a lot of the things that we make, but, I mean, I understand that a lot of people need to make a living. There's a lot of other factors that go into it, but I feel like there is change to be done, but people don't like to change things, unfortunately.
And I also think it's hard for people to see their impact. And if they can't see it, then it's hard for them to believe it.
Right.
And adopt the change that needs to happen. And also, I mean, like for us, you know, like a younger generation, like, we could see how it's going to affect us. And I think that people are like, you know, I'm not going to be around for that, so it's hard for them to see the immediate impact that it's going to have.
Right.
You know?
I mean, definitely, like, with what you're doing is amazing, because education is so important. Just getting the word out, getting these ideas in people's heads is very important.
Thanks. No, but I think it's important too. Communication, that's what's lacking.
Yes.
And if people knew what they, you know, could do, and if people can join their efforts, then I think we can make a bigger impact, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, there's a lot of things that, like, we can't control, but I hope in the future that we can collectively control it, where we can kind of actually, like, take like, bigger steps into trying to do better for our planet, because, like, right now it's just, like, I see the work that everyone's doing, but I think we just need to group together.
So what are some ways that you hope Canisius can make these changes, more sustainable changes?
Well, I think there's a lot of work going on, especially like in the dining hall. I know it was the like, they're making the one garden section, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like the herbs and stuff. I think it's called the farm shelf. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. It just brings nature inside.
Yeah.
Especially, and then, like, the new packaging. They're going to use the reusable.
The Aussie boxes and stuff. Yeah,
I think that's a great idea. I think, well, definitely, just one problem I know we talked about, but I don't know if, like, definitely having the native plantings, because I know that a lot were cut down because of the big storm that we had. I think definitely regrowing those up, and especially with the parking lot.
Right.
Like having those plantings is important because honestly, like even if you weren't like a nature person, like it'll make our campus look beautiful.
It will. Yeah, and I love our pollinator garden on the side of the library. It brightens my face every time I walk by it. You know.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely because I know that like few trees are cut down and stuff for like constructing that lot and stuff, but like even like one tree is like so important for the ecosystem around here, especially the one that's been built up because this is an urban area. It's it's probably a little tricky for like the wildlife here. Yeah.
I was talking to Dr. Costanzo before we talked, and she was talking about how the East-West Community Garden is important because it's a place, it's a habitat for wildlife to go in an urban environment. So if we can create more of those environments, it's important, like you said.
Definitely, yeah. And honestly, probably the overall health of like human beings, probably too.
Right.
You know, oxygen.
Yeah, that's important. We breathe it. We need that. And then what do you want to do? Is there any bird-friendly things that you would like to be implemented on campus other than the window project you were talking about?
Yes. Ideally, if I mean, I know this is an urban environment. There's I would do probably birdhouses or something like that, but there's a big problem with cat predation. I've actually I wrote a paper about it too at some point, but cat predation alone, I think it's like, I don't know, the number's like 1.3 billion birds die just from cat predation, and especially with all the feral cats in the area, it's unfortunate that we can't have this stuff here, and especially I would say maybe like bird feeders or something like that, but then again there's other creatures here that we don't want.
Right, yeah.
So
you made it sound nice. Creatures.
Yeah. Creatures. Well, there are like things like hummingbird feeders, but that might also attract some other things, but would probably be easier maintenance than having a lot of seeds everywhere. But especially the native plantings is a big one.
Great. Yeah. I would love to see that project grow.
Yeah, especially even lions too. Like there's just big green space there.
Yeah.
And it's literally right next to forest lawn, so why not just plant another tree or two? It doesn't hurt anybody.
Where there's a great bird population in forest lawn, so that's great.
Yeah, and we're so lucky to have it here.
Yeah. And then this is a little bit about what we talked about, but what is your vision for sustainability on campus?
Right. Well, definitely one thing for me, well, I am a commuter actually, which, so I don't really like driving a car. Honestly, if I would dorm if I could, but it's just, I don't like the idea of like polluting the air and everything, and it's just kind of sad. So I don't know, maybe like having more charging stations on campus for when, I don't know if or when we have like more electric cars, however that's going to work, or I don't know, even like some way to just kind of reduce how much
carbon emissions.
Carbon emissions, something like that, just to try to help everything out, because I know that some people like me kind of it's hard when they have to use like a car that uses gasoline, so like anything just to help it out would be great. And then another thing, definitely the thing that gets me is like the plastic bottles. I know we're trying to reduce that. it's just kind of a, I know someone was talking about this in one of our Laudato Si meetings, that it's just a waste of money. Like, I mean, this is like our funds here, and we're spending it on water
that people are not drinking the full bottle, and then it's just going in the garbage.
And then all that waste, that's a big one that I would want to just cut out. And I know we were talking about like having initiatives for like recycling, instead of just throwing things out. Just put it in the right place. It helps. It helps. Just something to kind of get this trend going, get people like more in the habit of being more sustainable.
Right. Yeah. Making it easier to make the right choice.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, being a leader on campus begins with being a student. Would you be able to tell us a memorable experience you had at Canisius?
Yes. Okay. So I think one of the big ones actually was this year for the Ignatian Scholarship Day. It's it's great. I mean, you know very well, and it's just great. Just to have everyone on campus see all this work that students have been doing. I actually performed on that day too, which was very fun to see people come together. Like, may it be like the music department or like and the sciences, just kind of mending those areas together was very cool to see. And then presenting our project with Dr. Morris's research team and presenting our flight calling behavior in migratory songbirds, and then telling everyone about that and our research with that was very cool. And it was memorable because, I mean, research is pretty important, and like doing this research and taking all the time and just putting it into one day where everyone can celebrate your accomplishments is just amazing. And to have these projects go on to make change is so important.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's cool to show everything that Canisius has to offer in one day and everything that everyone's working on. I think that's really awesome and really great. And you got to do two things. You got to sing and you had your bird project, which is really cool.
It was cool.
So if anyone listening is interested in becoming involved with the Audubon Club, who should they contact?
All right. So they can contact me, actually. So by like Canisius email, Gioia5@canisius.edu. My name is spelled Gioia.
And then is there anything you'd like to add?
I just hope that this campus can grow in sustainability and people can be open to these ideas, and we can all group together and
make change.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you so much. Yeah.